today. I hope that you're well. It is time for chair yoga, so I hope that you have tuned in. For that, you can see I have my chair behind me. Make sure that you have a nice, stable, sturdy chair. That, unfortunately, is not the most stable, but we're going to use it today, and hopefully I'll stay in it. Yeah. So make sure that you're on a flat surface, and if you have socks on, just be careful that you don't slip. Want you to be able to move freely and without worry. So that is the point of what we're doing, is focusing on our breath, gathering together even though we're not together. We can still be together via technology, which I am so thankful for, even when it has its own mind, which we have learned that my follow camera does. That app kind of has its own mind. It likes to go on vacation every now and then. And it's not fair because most of us are not allowed to go on vacation this summer. We're having staycations instead, but my camera likes to just do its own thing. So every now and then I'll have to just get it back in line and focused here in the present and the now. So its mind wanders a little bit, which is okay, right? Everyone's mind wanders every now and then. So I'm going to go have a seat in my chair, and you do the same if you're not already. And just kind of come to the edge of your chair and plant your feet firmly on the floor in front of you, and make sure that you are rooted down, all right? Rooting down to rise up. So I'm going to go get in my chair. Let's get started. Over here. Hello. There we go. All right. So I hope everyone is doing well. It's kind of a dreary day here, and so I think we're expecting more rain. But you can see that my feet are planted. You can't see my feet, but they're planted, I promise you. And toes are pointing forward, heels backwards. Now, you want your feet in line with your hips. So there you go. Now you can see my feet. I just feel like I'm so far away from you. But you see that my feet are in line with my hips, all right? For some of you, it may need to be a little bit wider, but make sure that your knees are tracking over those feet, okay? So I want you to kind of root in. So that means softening your sit bones down into the chair. You should feel two bones kind of rooting in. And begin to rise up. And I want you to close your eyes and settle in. Begin to settle in. You don't have to close your eyes, but you can if you want to. Or just soften your gaze and just listen to these words as you begin to just notice your breath. We're not changing it, we're just noticing it, okay? So this was posted by a friend of mine, and it is from Dana Fouts. I hope I'm saying her name right. So I want you to just close your eyes and listen to these words. Just for now, without asking how, let yourself sink into stillness. Just for now, lay down the weight you so patiently bear upon your shoulders. Feel the earth receive you and the infinite expanse of the sky grow even wider as your awareness reaches up to meet it. Just for now, allow a wave of breath to enliven your experience. Breathe out whatever blocks you from the truth. Just for now, be boundless, free, with awakened energy tingling in your hands and feet. Drink in the possibility of being who and what you really are. So fully alive that the world looks different, newly born and vibrant, just for now. I thought that was really great, and I thought that that was really encouraging for us to be present in the here and the now. So take a nice deep breath in. And then exhale it out. Inhaling through your nose. You can exhale through your nose or mouth. Now, if you're in a space where there are other people with you, then obviously you need to be kind or wear a mask, right? So mask up, people, if you're doing this as a group, which maybe some of you are, which is really cool. I love that. So planting your feet, making sure, and we talked about this last week, that you're planting into all sides. So this side of your feet, the outside of your feet, and the inside. All right? So you don't want the knees to come in and the toes on the outside to come up. Likewise, you don't want to do this either, right? So rooting down through all sides of your feet. Knees, again, in line with your hips. Rooting down and just going to your breath. Taking nice inhales and exhale. Inhaling and exhale. So inhaling what you need. Exhale that burden that might be weighing heavy on your shoulders, right? So breathing in life. Breathing in the good stuff. Exhaling what doesn't serve you. Being present in the now. Now, just like my camera, the app that I use that moves around, your mind may wander a little bit, and that's okay. Try to bring it back to the now. Okay? So try to be present. As you breathe, I want you to just check in with your physical. And I want you to see if maybe you are still carrying that burden on your shoulders. If you are holding on to anything anywhere else in your body. Maybe you notice stiffness, tightness, pain somewhere in your body. Go ahead and just notice it, okay? Acknowledge it and move on. Don't get stuck on it, all right? So, example, this morning I woke up and my fingers were killing me. My joints are super inflamed. I'm in a lot of pain. But I haven't thought about it in a little bit. So I'm not staying focused on it. I'm just moving on from it. I acknowledged it, wasn't real happy about it, but moving on from it, right? So we can't change some things. So we just accept and move on. So continue with your breath. Continue as you breathe to rise up. Becoming taller in your body, even though you're rooted deeply in and your abdominal muscles are kind of pressing towards, so your belly is kind of heading towards the back side of your body. You're not sucking in, it's just kind of heading back a little bit. You're still rising up tall, victorious, yeah? And your shoulders begin to open up, exposing this, your heart space, your chest. And just breathe into that. Taking good inhales and good exhales. And again. So now as you inhale, you're going to lift up that heart space, this right here. And then you're going to exhale and you're going to round it in. Inhale, lift. You can draw your hands up your legs. Exhale, you can draw your hands down your legs. And just repeat that, letting your breath guide you. Being present. Being intentional. It's one of my favorite words, you know that. And exhale. Continue on with that, taking your time, just opening up the front side of your body, and then also opening the back side of your body as you round in. So it's a nice yin and yang kind of thing. We're opening up both sides. So we want to make sure that whatever we're doing one way, we're doing the other way. Right? So we'll do that side to side as well. But you want to make sure that you're doing both. So just doing a few more. You may begin to feel things loosening up a little bit, which is great. That is the goal. Shedding the weight that you're carrying, the burden. The bearing of whatever it is that might be troubling you today. Just releasing that as you breathe. Setting it aside. It doesn't serve you right now. Let's do one more really good one. We're going to round in. Hang out here in the round. So tucking everything in. You can lean into your back space a little bit. You can even stretch your fingers forward. Bringing your head down. Really rounding that spine. So this should feel really nice on the back side of your body. Just rounding in. I'm going to turn so you can see what I look like. So I'm getting into my back space. Reaching forward. And then go ahead and take a nice inhale, lifting those arms. And then exhale, bring those hands to heart center right here. Good. So rooting in, I'm going to root back in because I turned. So rooting in, going back to your breath. So settling back down, those sit bones, knees in line with your hips, toes forward. Again, some of you may need a little bit of a wider stance, and that's okay, as long as your knees are not pronating in. Try to keep them over your feet, okay? So go ahead and take a nice inhale and just take that chin to your chest. You can take your hands down, palms up, drawing those shoulders back and down, back side of your body. Go ahead and take your head over to the right. Trying to stay nice and tall. Getting a nice stretch on the left side of your body. Breathe into that. Breathe fully. Okay? Breathe well. Take your chin to your chest and go the other way. Remember, everything that we do one way, we're going to do the other way as well. Again, staying tall in your body, dropping those shoulders down and back. And then taking your chin to your chest, go ahead and bring it up to neutral spine. So go ahead and just go back to your breath for a second. You can have your palms up if you want, body nice and tall. Breathing into that, breathing well, breathing fully. Feeling your belly expand and then feeling it contract with the exhalation. And that belly kind of heads towards the back side of your spine. Now, just taking your hands at the wrists, so grabbing the opposite wrist, I want you to just squeeze your arms. Just squeeze them all over, front and top and bottom, front and back. So right now we're just doing the lower arms. You may feel some tingling, and that is good. Breathe into that. And then go ahead and just work your way up. So again, getting all sides. I want you to just kind of manipulate, massage, actually is a better word, the fascia, all right? That is kind of what is directly under our skin, and it holds everything in place. So you can even switch the way your arms are and put the other hand on top. Same thing, starting at your wrists and then just working up. And again, you may notice some tingling. Breathe into that. And then go ahead and get the underside of that arm. Each arm, both arms. Feels really good. Good job. All right, so go back to your breath. Go back to your alignment. Rising up, rooting in, shoulders down and back. Opening up this heart space right here, and breathe. Good. Just begin to take your hands and just open and close them. You can open them slowly. I'm going to come in closer while we're doing this type of work. And then when we go back a little bit, I can do that. So just kind of opening and closing. Yes, I feel like you guys can see me now. Just opening and closing the fingers, making circles with the wrists. And going the other way. Breathing into that. Breathing the good stuff into that. Good. And now even taking one hand to the other and just gently massaging the fingers. You can massage each individual finger if you want to. Just squeeze it. It's good to work the small parts. It's just as important to work the small parts as it is the big parts of our body. So take that wrist and take it, just take your fingers, gently press. And you can press into each individual finger if you want. And then go ahead and take it the other way. Same thing, massage each finger. And then just gentle pressure right here. So you should feel a stretch, all right? There should be no pain. Just stretch and sensation, okay? But some of you may have tight wrists, tight fingers, like I did, inflammation this morning. But again, I'm not focusing on it. I'm just trying to move on from it. Yeah? All right, so releasing that. Now, take your hands. This is the funny part. You guys know this. Those of you that have taken class from me before. Taking the hands, we want to reverse everything. So we did this, right? So now we want to take the hands underneath. I think this, for me, this is the best way to do the opposite. And just gently press the elbows down against your rib cage. I know it feels funny, right? And you can see how I look. And you can laugh with me, because I know it looks kind of silly. But again, gentle pressure here. Should feel this on the other side. Again, no pain, just sensation. And then gently release it. Oh yeah. Good. So taking a nice inhale, lifting that heart space up. You're going to exhale and you're just going to fold forward. So just folding forward, elongating that spine, using your hands on your thighs and tucking those elbows in. Elongate that spine. Getting a nice stretch. Taking an inhale, press into those thighs, halfway lift. Draw those shoulders back and then take it down. Slowly come on up. Take a nice inhale at the top. You can take your arms high if you want. Exhale it out. Inhale, bring those hands to heart center. If you were lifting your arms, take them back here. We're going to repeat that in just a second, but right now, root back down. Take a nice inhale, and you're going to take your right hand over to the left, if that's available for you, and you're just going to gently twist. Nice, gentle twist. Opening up that heart space, rooting down. So just getting a nice gentle twist. Breathe into that. Honoring your body. Now this is your yoga, so if you want to have your hand on your right hand on your right leg, that is perfectly okay. Taking an inhale through center. Exhale, go ahead and go the other way. Staying tall in your body, root it down. And try to remember to keep those knees in line. So pressing into the feet, all sides. Bringing it back to center. Take a nice inhale, lifting up that heart space. You're going to exhale and fold forward again. Good. So elongate that spine. Take an inhale, lift up just your heart space. Again, elongating that spine, so making it longer, but staying nice and rooted so that belly still heads towards the back side of your body. Inhale, and then exhale, fold forward. Now for some of you, you may be perfectly comfortable right here. Some of you may want to go deeper into this forward fold, and that is okay. Go ahead and go for it, as long as you can stay in the chair. All right? That's the rule. So if you want to fold all the way down, you can. That's your yoga, right? So honoring your body. Now, for some of us, this may not be available, all right? And what I mean by that is physically it may not be available, but also maybe you have a condition where you get dizzy when you invert, when you go upside down, or maybe you have a blood pressure issue. You need to honor that, okay? If the doctor says, don't bend over, please don't bend over. I'm going to ask you nicely, all right? So just take care of your body. You have to honor that. So coming back up, rooting back into that breath. And I want you to just take an inhale. You're going to exhale and let your hands land right on your shoulders if that's available to you. They can also go right back here, but right here. And we're just going to make little circles to the front, starting small. And then if you want to make bigger circles, getting into the front part of your body and then into the back part of your body. Just getting those shoulders rolling. Your hands don't need to be here, they can be down. If you want to do shoulder rolls that way, that's fine. This is your body. Trying to stay tall in your body though, making those circles bigger. And then I want you to just continue breathing well, continue to stay nice and tall in your body, and begin to go the other way, so going backwards. And you may notice a difference from going one way to the other, okay? And guess what? That's okay. It's all good. Again, we're not dwelling in that. We're being present right now. So you can acknowledge it and then move on. So making those circles bigger, getting nice big circles. And then I want you to take one big circle to the back. And guess what? That is where those shoulders stay. Now, rib cage, your ribs should be tucked in. So you're not flaring out, you're tucking in, but lifting up, and then rooting down. All these rules, my goodness. But there are reasons for it, okay? So when we do that, it creates a straight line in our spine, which allows everything, our oxygenated blood, to get everywhere it needs to within our body. And then it also allows the bad stuff that we don't need to get out. We want to exhale that out, get rid of it, right? We don't want to hang on to what doesn't serve us. So the inhale is important. The exhale is just as important because it gets rid of the bad stuff. And alignment is important as well, so that we can do that, all right? Some of us may have some breathing issues, and it can really open up your lungs, clear out, if you have allergies or anything like that, clear out congestion, really just kind of open up your breathing so that you're breathing better, fuller, which is important, all right? So taking a nice inhale, you're going to take that right arm out, and you're just going to take it over to the side. So pressing that arm over and trying to open it out. So you can't see my hand, but it's over my ear, and I'm just pressing over. Now use the chair for stability. If you want to, you can even bring your other hand in front of you, if that's available to you. Stacking your lungs, trying to stack your shoulders as well. getting a nice side body stretch. And then inhaling up, and guess what? We're going the other way. Same thing. Breathe into that. Draw those shoulders back and down. Just breathe into that. Taking a nice inhale, lifting those arms up. And then if you can, if it's available to you, interlace your fingers behind you. Gently press, so see my fingers are interlaced. Gently press down. So that really opens up that heart space. Draws those shoulders back and down where they go. Trying to keep your elbows a little bit soft, so not locked, but just opening up. Breathing into that. Good. So gently bend your elbows, release that. Taking a nice inhale up, letting those hands settle at your heart space. Go back to your breath. Good inhales, good exhales. I'm going to scoot back because we're going to start working the lower part of our body. So I'm going to scoot back while you guys are getting deep in your breath. Take the chair back. And that way you can see me. I know I'm farther away, but I want you to be able to see my legs. Okay? So yes, you can. All right, so rooted in, right? Fully rooted. Rooting down. Shoulders go to the back side of your body. You're breathing well. By this time, you should be nice and open in your chest area. Your lungs should be nice and open. Your breath should be full. It should feel great. So breathe into that. So now I want you to go ahead and take your right leg out in front of you. And I want you to have the toe come up towards you. And I want you to just flex and point it. Now, if you want to, you can bend your knee, or, well, actually you want a little bit of a bend in your knee, but you can lift up your foot as long as you can stay straight in your body. Okay? So you're not using your low back here. Okay? You should not feel this in your low back. And then roll that foot. Roll it, roll it, roll it. Breathing into that. Taking it the other way. You can have your foot on the ground if you want to do that. That is perfectly okay. Now, I want you to just try to curl your toes. So just curling those toes. And then release. And then curl. And release. I know you guys can't see it, but I'm curling my toes, I promise. Try to just get your mind down to your foot, which is hard to do sometimes. It's connecting the mind to the body. So just curling those toes, and then gently place that foot down. Sitting up nice and tall, toes pointed, or heel is into the floor. Okay? We're going to take a nice inhale. You guys are fully rooted, right? Heart space open, sit bones rooted down. You're going to exhale and fold forward. Now, only go where you can go. Spine nice and long. If you can take it all the way down, feel free. And then you can round in if you want to. Remember, stretch is great. Pain, we don't want that. All right? So honoring your body. then slowly coming on up. Good. So taking a nice inhale at the top. You guys are doing great. Exhale it out. Inhale, bring those hands to heart center. Now you notice that I have not moved my foot, my leg. This knee stays over the foot, my other foot, my left knee. And we're going to go ahead and take a hold of the chair. And we're just going to lift up that foot, staying tall in our body, and then take it down. Lift it up and take it down. Up and down. And up and down. Let's do 8 more of these. 8. 7. Now if you really want to challenge yourself, you can try to round in. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. Last one. And 1. Very good. All right, so now you can bring that foot in. Good job. All right, so go back to your breath. All right? This leg is probably tired. You may have felt it in your stomach too, which is great. You definitely want to keep this back nice and long. Okay? So go back to your breath. Take a few breaths. Take a drink of water if you need it. Now's a good time to do that. Rooting in, going to your breath. If you want to, you can close your eyes so that you can focus on getting your body aligned. Breathing well. Good. So now we're going to take our other leg and take it out. Now again, if you want to leave it on the floor, that's great. Honor your body. I love it. Knee is soft. It's not locked. Okay? If you want to lift it up a little bit, make sure you're not leaning back when you do that. And make sure that you're rooted down. So again, you should be feeling it here and probably here. So we're just going to begin by flexing and pointing. I'm holding my leg up so that you can see what I'm doing. Also challenging myself. Breathe well, you guys. You can have your hands wherever you'd like. As long as you're getting full breaths. That's all I want. Breathe into that. Press into your right foot. Make sure it's rooted on all sides. And then go ahead and roll that foot, rolling the foot. Okay, loosening up that ankle, loosening up the foot. Lubricating those joints. And then taking it the other way. Breathe into that. Good. So now, I want you to just curl your toes. I know some of you are wearing shoes. Do the best that you can and then release. Curl those toes and release. And curl and release. Curl. Good. So now taking that heel to the floor, staying nice and tall in your body, but rooted down. We're going to take a nice inhale, lifting up that heart space. You can take those arms high if you want to, if that's available to you. And just fold forward, again, honoring your body. Only go where you can go. Spine nice and long, leading with your heart space. And fold in. Now, if this is where you're comfortable, great, hang out here. If you want to go a little bit deeper, If you want to dive a little bit deeper and it's available to you, go ahead, go for it. And then slowly walking it up. Taking a nice inhale. Shoulders go to the back side of your body. Exhale it out. That foot stays right there. Go ahead and take a second to recover. Get your breath. Shoulders stay out of your ears. Spine is nice and long and aligned. Rooted down. You're right here, you're right now. You're living life with joy right in this moment. You're taking care of you. Super important and good for you. You're doing great. So now we're just going to begin to lift up and then put that leg down and lift and down. Now nothing else is moving. All right, we're just lifting. So now we're going to do 8 more. 8, 7. You can see I'm holding onto the chair. 6, and again, if you want to challenge yourself, go ahead and round in. 5, 4, 3, 2, last 1, and bring that foot right in line with the other one. Go ahead and go to your breath. Take some nice big breaths. If you want to raise your arms up, do that. And exhale it out. And inhale. And exhale. Just trying to recover a little bit from what we just did. I know your legs, your thighs are probably tired. Your stomach muscles may be tired, which is great, right? Good stuff. As long as it doesn't hurt. Good stuff. It's all good. Breathe into it. Just going to your breath. Just notice in your body if you are still holding on to anything. Let your tongue kind of release to the bottom of your mouth. So even there, not holding on. Breathing fully. Inhaling through your nose. Exhaling out. And inhale. And exhale. Good. So now, I want you to, I'm not wearing a watch today. Okay, we still have time. We're going to go ahead and do a little bit of a hip opener. So you have to honor your body where it is. So those of you that have taken class with me before, you know where I'm going with this. You can lengthen your legs if you want to. You don't have to. But you're going to cross one over. It does not really matter which. We're going to do both. So make sure that you're firmly rooted. Sorry, I gotta move my butt cheeks are sticking to the chair. And stay tall in your body. And then if this is where you're comfortable, hang out here, guys. All right? You have to honor your body. Now, if you can cross that leg over the knee, not on the knee, over the knee, then great, do that. And if that's where you're comfortable, hang out there, all right? Now, if you can take your shin over your thigh, that's great. Again, not on the knee, but above the knee. You can even have it low if you want to, just not directly on the kneecap. We want to protect that. And then if it's available, bring that foot in so that it's underneath your knee. So you can see I'm in what is called like a figure 4. all right? So we're not laying down on the floor doing it, we're in a chair doing it. And we're gonna take a nice inhale, lift up, and then exhale, just fold, hinge forward, getting a nice stretch in that low back and along the back side of your body and your hips. Now, if this is enough for you, hang out here. If it's available to you, only if it's available to you, and you're not going to fall out of the chair, go ahead and fold all the way down. Remember, this is your yoga. Breathing into that, so you're breathing into your hips, getting that good oxygen all the way down into your hips. And then slowly coming up. Taking a nice inhale, rounding those shoulders back, rooting down. Taking your right leg long, or whichever leg is the supporting leg, and releasing the other leg. So now we've got both legs long. Take a nice inhale, lift that heart space, fold forward. Only go where you're comfortable going, where it's available to you. And then walk it back up, using your hands. There's nothing wrong with that. All right, so crossing the other leg over. Same thing applies here, and you may have one side that's different than the other. And guess what? That is okay, all right? Again, no judgment, okay? Don't be your own critic. Don't criticize yourself. Don't judge yourself. We can be our own worst enemy with the words that we think, with the words that we say to ourselves. There's no judgment here, all right? So this may be where you're comfortable, and that's great, because we're going to pull the legs in. Now, if you can cross all the way over, great. But remember, not on the kneecap, above the kneecap. And then if you can bring your shin above the knee, go ahead and do that, and then draw that foot in, if that's available to you, right? Honoring your body. So, taking a nice inhale, lifting that heart space, exhale, fold forward. You may notice that this side is different. You probably will, and that is okay. Now, breathe into that. And again, if this is where you're comfortable, hang out here. If you want to and can challenge yourself a little bit more, go ahead and fold deeper. And then slowly walk it up. Rounding those shoulders back. Lengthening that supporting leg and releasing. Good. Drawing in. Good. So now we are going to stand up for 1 second, because that's about all we have. So standing up, going behind your chair. Why are you barking, sir? So behind your chair. And I am going to come to the side of the chair so you can see me. All right, so the chair is for stability. Yes? Do we have that? All right, so rooting in through your feet. Softening. Now I want you to soften that sacrum down. Just like when we're sitting, we're softening our sit bones in. Now you're softening your sacrum down. It's almost like a pelvic tilt a little bit. Everything else stays the same, all right? Shoulders on the back side of your body, heart space nice and open, and we're just gonna balance for a second. So beginning to take one leg off, You can keep it right at the toe, if that's where you're comfortable, okay? If it's available to you to take it up higher, do that. That's great. If you want to see if you can just hover your hand above the chair, practice that a little bit, okay? So you're behind your chair, so just hover that hand. Okay, the chair is there, and you know it's there. It's there for you when you need it, yeah? So just balancing, breathing. Don't hold your breath here. And it's okay to keep your foot right here. There is nothing wrong with that. You guys are doing great. I'm going to take one more good breath here, and then we're going to take it down. And then just rock out those knees. Just kind of rock it out. Yeah. Nice. Good. All right, so now we've got two sides. I am not going to go to the other side of the chair. You guys are behind your chair, yes? Okay. So rooting into the other foot now. We're going to begin to take the other foot up, starting with maybe a toe dig, softening that sacrum down. And then when you're ready, if it's available to you, if you feel comfortable doing it, beginning to lift that foot, okay? So you should have both hands on your chair at this point. Okay, but you can begin to experiment and see if you can take your hands off the chair. Just hover them over. That may be available to you, it may not. And guess what, you guys? That is okay. You are taking care of you, okay? Breathe. Breathing into that. You guys are doing so well. Good. Take that foot down and just kind of rock it out. Good. So staying in a standing position, we're going to just take a nice inhale. Take one hand off. It doesn't matter which. I'm going to start with my right. And again, you're behind your chair. I'll go behind my chair. All right? So you can see. But my feet are aligned. I'm using the chair. I'm going to take one hand off. I'm going to take a nice inhale and just stretch over to the side. Just opening out. You can look up or down. It does not matter which you do. If you're comfortable looking up, look up. As long as it doesn't hurt your neck. Breathe into that, getting a nice side body stretch. We're going to inhale through center and take the other one. Same thing. Opening out. Again, you can gaze up at the hand or down at the floor. Either way, this is your yoga. Good. Nice. Good. So now go ahead and just take one leg behind you. So one leg behind you, you're going to bend your front knee. Okay? So my front knee is bent and my back leg, I'm kind of rooting down into that foot as much as possible. So it's a lunge, and you should feel this in your calf on your straighter leg. Knee is not locked, okay? That knee is still soft. You're just getting a nice stretch, honoring your body, and then coming back up. Rooting back in, taking a nice breath here. Shoulders go to the back side, sacrum softens down. Inhaling, you're going to take the other leg back. Same thing. You may hear some snap, crackle, pop. And that's okay. So currently my left knee is bent and it's tracking over my left foot. My right leg is long. It's not locked, but it's long. And I'm pressing into the whole foot as much as I can. Okay, so you're lunging. Just getting a nice lunge. Let me turn sideways so you can see. So stay there. Breathing into that. And then coming back to neutral. Feet aligned. You may want to rock your knees out a little bit. Good. Now, I'm going to turn my chair back around. Have a seat. All right, I'm going to come in a little bit closer to you. So have a seat. And you can scooch all the way back in your chair. I believe that's the yoga term. So scooch all the way back, rest into your chair. Let your breathing begin to normalize. So we're not controlling the breath like we have been, but you're resting into your chair. I want you to relax. Give yourself permission to relax. That makes sense? You can have your hands in your lap. You can have your palms up. You can have your palms down. Whatever your body needs. Your body knows what you need. Okay? So let your body tell you. If you want your palms up, go ahead and go for it. And I want you to just rest. Be still. Just be. You can close your eyes. You can soften your gaze. This is your time. Let your body just kind of integrate everything that we did. Let it absorb everything we did in the quiet right now. Just for now, without asking how, let yourself sink into stillness. Just for now, lay down the weight you so patiently bear upon your shoulders. Feel the earth receive you and the infinite expanse of the sky grow even wider as your awareness reaches up to meet it. Just for now, allow a wave of breath to enliven your experience. Breathe out whatever blocks you from the truth. Just for now, be boundless, free, with awakened energy tingling in your hands and feet. Drink in the possibility of who and what you really are. So fully alive that the world looks different, newly born and vibrant, just for now. I hope that in our time together, you have been able to do that. See, there it goes. Come back here, we're not done yet. That you have been able to do that. You have been able to shed that burden and open that breath, letting go of whatever it is that blocks it sometimes. And that you have realized in your mind that now is important. Taking time for you is important. It's not selfish. Self-care is not selfish. Take care of you. I have really enjoyed our time together today. I hope that you have gotten what you need out of today, that you have taken what you need, and that you will root into it, be present, rest when you need to, move when you need to, right? Honor your body. Take care of you. I want to take one big breath together. Let those hands settle right at your heart space. Exhale right here. I want to thank you so much for letting me lead you in practice today. It is always a pleasure and an honor. I am going to post on my Facebook page what I read, and that way you can look at it. I think it was really important and valuable for right now. So again, my name is Stacy. Thank you for letting me lead you in practice today. And I'm going to say namaste to you. I will see you next Thursday. God bless you. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. Have a wonderful weekend. And just be filled with joy. Let go of what you don't need. Okay? I miss you. I love you. Thank you for coming into my house and joining me right now for this past hour. I will see you next week. Bye. God bless you guys.